National Geographic, November 2021. The SWAHILI Empire. How about we get started? Alright, so the SWAHILI Empire. Tshiakula was one of the most beautiful of cities that was eloquently built, as Ibn Battuta says, and one of the history's greatest travelers. The city minted its own coins and had houses and indoor plumbing, so that's pretty much good. But then, what's the downside here? Well, the Arabian sailors went there and did a lot of trade. Some just stayed there to marry the women, and some found a little light in their lives. And this light was no ordinary light, so mind you. It's just some sort of a light that kind of goes through the year and goes through the out of the other year. Yeah, something sort of like that. And then it seems that maybe there are ways to actually do a lot of good things with it. But just as the flashlight analogy, there are just some sort of ways that people don't even think about in their daily lives. But then why is this supposed to be learned? Why do we have to learn? As I said earlier in the previous episode, that archaeology is a way to find out why we are here and also what are we supposed to do. What are we supposed to do? If we never knew what are we supposed to do, we wouldn't be able to do anything, right? Well, according to noobs, but no. What is our destiny for everyone? Okay, maybe that's a little interaction but thing. But then why are we created to be living here? Are there more people out there ahead of us? And were there other types of us back then? Well, yes, the last one is true. And it turns out, maybe we were able to understand. But for now, let's talk about the Swahilian history. As the Arabian merchants, started giving trade routes from Arabia, then India started going into the game, and then China started going in there too. As its core, the culture was in Africa, the fact that early archaeologists failed to recognize. And the subsequent epic excavations at the sites along the coast have shown how wrong they were. Seriously, on this place called the Songomnara Island in Tanzania, for example, the archaeologists uncovered a planned community that boasted a palace, had a lot of things. Also, the trade routes, they even found these boats called the dhows, right here, like these boats that he's on, and a lot of the other ones. But even as the trade hubs started coming back, we might never actually have the actual Swahili back. We can study it and learn from it, but we might never ever have it back ever again. Swahili history is about adaptation of the centuries and the incorporations, as Abdul Sharaf, a Tanzanian historian, said. As the Swahili culture may not be quite the same tomorrow as today, but then nothing lives on. It's all about adaptation. Always there's a way to adapt. Whenever we try to adapt, there's always a flicker of light coming into us. But then, what is this flicker of light supposed to be? Well, that's for you to decide. Think of whatever you want yourself to adapt. This lesson shows us how adaptation is a quite strong feature in histories of evolution and history. As we adapt, we get better. We humans start adapting and got bigger and bigger brains. Well, other than the homos, other than the other like Neanderthals, but other than them, our brains are the biggest brains in history. So, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did enjoy this episode, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next episode.